そうだ、味方だぜ。
Hello, and welcome everyone to D6, where I, RGM, bring together a bunch of friends from across the internet to play on a D&D live stream show. I have just moved in, and so yeah, before I really get into tonight, I will probably go over that real quick, and then also, first and foremost, our wonderful sponsors, and then we'll jump into tonight's game. So first and foremost, Elderwood Academy, who has been sponsoring us for quite a while, and they sent me this awesome dice tray with that leather and little imprint there with all the silver scrawling. I absolutely love it, and also it looks really cool on the sides. If you guys want to go ahead and check out Elderwood Academy, I really suggest doing so. They've kind of all sent us something. Caitlin with her dice tower. Boo also has a dice tray, but his is probably a lot more cooler than mine. Definitely a lot cooler than mine. Anyways, if you guys would like to go ahead, check out Elderwood Academy, you can go ahead and go to elderwoodacademy.com/D6DR/ make sure to add that one at the end, because if you don't, they won't know that we sent you. And don't forget to send them all the love and buy a bunch of their cool dice peripherals. I absolutely love them, and I know you will. Also, huge shout out to the wonderful patrons over on Patreon who continue to support me and everything that I do, as well as the show that, yeah, I mean, we've been doing this for over a year, guys. I really cannot thank you all enough. I'm always humbled. And also, I do want to say a huge thank you to everyone who helped me, who helped with the PayPal pool as well for my move. It was another long move going from Texas back to California, and it was very stressful. It's been a little stressful these past couple of weeks, as much as I really tried to get as much in, but yeah, it's just been busy. So that being said, tonight I just want to relax, do some D&D, and have some fun rolling dice. So I see what was said there, Caitlin. How you? All right, so players, go ahead, wake up. You're more than welcome to yeah. Everyone wise from your graves. Oh, hold on. Oh God, why is that? Why can I not hear anyone?
Yeah, it's not.
There we go.
Oh, more audio issues.
Nope, it's fine.
Audio. Okay.
Yeah. What hasn't this show been? What hasn't been plagued by the show? Like, just everything. Honestly, I am. I'm having my own stresses. So. By the way, amongst a lot of the moving and the stuff, there are just many things about D6 that still need to get updated. I know I have to still post the last episode on YouTube, but I do have a major D6 announcement about the D6 YouTube channel, because I finally got my AdSense pin, and the channel is under review, waiting to be monetized.
Congrats.
Hey.
Money!
So pretty much one of the big things about when it comes to running shows like this is that any form of money that gets donated to the show goes back into the show in forms of art or buying equipment and all that fun nonsense. So if you want to help support, Patreon's always there. If you want to help do a whole bunch of other things, PayPal is also accessible to any of you that wish it. And yeah, that's just the major announcement that I've been kind of excited to say this weekend, because I'm really happy, and now also my own personal channel can finally be monetized again. Oh, and that's been a song and dance. All right, so anything else pressing?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't believe so.
Nope.
All right. Well then, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump on into tonight's game of D6. Oh. That about good for everyone?
Still a touch loud.
Touch
Yeah,
loud?
it's touch loud.
Right about there?
A little more?
A bit more?
Alright, that should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bracky, are you back? I'll take that as
I think the silence means no.
Sadly.
Oh,
Shut up, Brack.
be excited. I missed
Nah.
you. I missed you all, by the way.
I didn't.
Break my heart, Bracky. Why don't you?
How could you possibly miss yourself, Bracky?
It's possible.
Break my heart, Bracky. How dare you? Alright, so where we last left off, as our adventurers had decided to take a vacation after a large battle with Zahir and various other circumstances, decided to head to Yimnan to try and catch some R&R to the best of their ability. However, after being caught up in what has been a revenge mission of a Rakshasa, the traveling southward of Yimnin up to what was the Boba Highlands and Mountains to meet with a storm giant king who is dealing with his own political mess, meeting the dragon god of wisdom, as well as you guys had been rewarded after passing some of its trials, and then subsequently returning back down from the mountains towards Boba Port, only to stop by what is Garu's relative, as far as everyone knows, in order to try and figure out why he refuses to meet with Garu after the last encounter. After giving him some of the old granddad and convincing with guests, he's allowed you all
It was
in.
the old man.
He is an old man.
Granddad.
Old granddad.
No, it was the old man, if I recall.
No, I gave him I know I gave him an actual name.
The old man.
No.
Yeah, he's talking about the whiskey.
The drink.
Oh, that I thought it was I thought I called it the old granddad. The old granddad.
No, his name's Kieran, apparently. His name's Kieran, so...
Oh, I know that. Let's see. Okay. So, after being let in, you all, after taking in what could possibly be the sights of one small fireplace towards the back corner of what is this L-shaped, almost classical, like, wooden flooring, but no windows. Absolutely none. You can see that there is a stairway towards the back that leads up to what would be a second floor of the area that you guys had seen outside. There being a fireplace much closer towards the back, as well as some accoutrement of various furniture that are just mostly pillows, some blankets, old scrawlings, a table with a whole bunch of old scrolls, and excuse me, and old scrolls, as well as just what seemingly is towards the bottom of the staircase, even in its dark corner, to you, Helena, with your very keen eye, what seemed to be almost like old Drakovanian armament. And it has not been well kept. It is rusty in many areas, and there being a family mark on the breastplate, from what you can see.
I will just kind of whisper that little description to Garu just so he knows, you know,
Yeah.
Oh, really?
what to say.
Interesting. Interesting.
An old warrior, perhaps.
Yes, but what... If apparently he hates the Grimlock so much, then why is he keeping relics? Or why is he keeping mementos?
Perhaps something to ask him, she says, and she'll give him a little nudge.
As
There's a lot of things to ask.
as you can get closer towards the back of the building, in towards the other end, you see what is the final remnants of, like, just research notes, torn apart everything. You see what is this large, almost this perfectly squared table, and it's extremely well made. Nothing but seated pillows just for what could be the occasional guest, as there does seem to be some forms of people who come here, but not for too long. Almost as if people come here just to talk. But yeah, it's welcome to all of you, as he places some cups on the table and pouring himself his own shot, and leaving what seems to be a heated pot from near the fireplace towards the center, where anyone can pour themselves some tea should they so desire.
Garu will try some.
It's very standard issue stuff. It's a classical green tea. There is some herbal hints, something that you couldn't really place upon it, but it's almost minty without that strong mint taste. It's just cool.
Refreshing.
You can hear, and all of you see that he is keeping almost like a deadly eye on Garu, and almost there being a hint and glow under the tinted glass just behind the spectacles.
Garu's gonna finish sipping this tea. Absolutely delicious. Again, I have to thank you for your patronage. Well then, so I don't know where to begin. Mostly, could you tell me more about yourself, Mr. Kieran?
I do not like having to discuss about myself before hearing your endeavor.
Oh, of course. Well, I've been, and he's gonna like basically just for the sake of brevity, he's gonna give it like a general rundown of what a general rundown of what they've been through for the past like year or so.
Okay.
Just abridge it. And thus, that's what leads us here to Yinmen. Although I have to admit, I never really expected to really see you here.
This is my exile.
Your exile?
My choice of exile. I find it ironically foolish. A family that was rebuked, removed from a kingdom that saw it as a danger, now trying to rebuild almost as if the past meant nothing.
Well, I suppose... The past doesn't, like... I'm sure... sorry, you have to apologize.
You seem confused, son. So let me put this in more clear terms. This is what we deserved.
For the actions of a single for a single man?
It was not a single dragon. So. We all followed the call of war. We stood by our name. You want to know the true history of the Grimlocks?
Yes.
We sought ourselves greater. We thought we were mighty. We thought ourselves strong. We saw life as nothing more than another war to win. When we were promised great riches, glory, we were met with those very things, the very things we desired, until we realized the one that led us all was just as cursed as our existence is now.
So he manipulated you. The Grimlock's entirety.
We made the choice. Our actions were our own. And now, son, you wish to rebuild. Not something broken, but something that is already gone. If you want my honest God answer, leave it. The Grimlocks are dead.
Well then, I'm going to have to disagree. The Grimlocks can live on. Just because the actions of what came before doesn't mean that those who live now should suffer.
And what do you think will happen? What do you think might come to pass should the king seize you as a danger? See any more of us as a danger? It won't be just be gone from Dracovania. Him and his forces will hunt us down like dogs and remove us like specks of dust from a shelf.
It will not come to that. I'm the one who re-legitimized House Grimlock as it is. Even if it's small, I still managed to get the king's trust. And that's because I found a cure, a way to break the curse.
My honest to God opinion, no. It's more than just the blood. It's a stain of history. He won't care. No one does.
Well, then it's up for the new generation to make new history. The past can't be rewritten, but the future can be made.
How long do you think that will take?
Possibly my entire lifetime, maybe shorter, maybe longer. That's not really a concern. So long as there's some sort of progress, even just a little, then that's more than enough. And I'll put everything I can into it.
I find it hilarious. A blind man who still cannot see. Consider yourself lucky, boy. You don't have as much of a curse as the rest of us. We were even lucky to walk away, as many of us did.
I suppose in a way, I am a little bit blessed. But I will use that blessing to help everyone else. To help you, to help our relatives, everyone.
Do I look like I need help, boy?
Certainly not, but still. It must be a curse to be shackled to what happened in the past. So even I could help in a little bit. You should. I don't want you to feel exiled anymore. Sure, what has happened can't be taken back, but there could be repentance. There could be change.
We all have to pay the price of recompense.
By putting my life on the line to cure this curse? I suppose so.
You risk a fool's errand.
And yet it's one I'm willing to take. Besides, I have my friends with me, right here. So I can't really say I'm alone.
Should you so desire it greatly. You're welcome to do so. I'm in no inclination to help, though. As far as I'm aware, the family died a long time ago.
But as of now, it lives. Even if it's shattered and broken across the world, we can still come together to create something new. My sister or cousin, or maybe the first there in Dracovania, but there could be more. And you could join us too.
He seems not tentative nor hesitant, but something about your necessity is driving him to kind of either come at his impasse. Make an insight check.
Okie dokie. Let me just check my scores. Yep. Inside, right?
Yep.
That is going to be a 17.
17?
Overall, yeah.
Okay. From the sound of his voice to the perspective, he doesn't... It's hard for him to believe. And there's even something under all of his own speech, almost as if he doesn't specifically want you here. There is a lie that he is keeping behind under his voice, almost as if there is something more under the surface. And picking at it has either grown him to a level of frustration or a tentativeness to even explain.
Mr. Kieran, I feel like there's something more here. Please help me understand. And I know you must be burdened from the past, so please let me see some insight, so that I can possibly help you even further, so that we can be as family.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Persuasion. That is going to be 13 plus vision. Oh, it's going to be another. That's going to be an 18 this time.
18?
Overall.
You watch as he kind of leans back, and almost as if you begin to kind of explain. At first you didn't notice his aura, which already set you in a bad spot. In a moment you feel as if the openness and the willingness to discuss, you once again feel the aura, the presence of another creature across from you. As you see what you had seen with Aaliyah, this dragonic figure, humanoid, and a pair of slitted yellow eyes as they stare across from you. And this time the aura, while not as discolored as Aaliyah's, this one is very grungy and it has sludge on it. It almost as if it's a weight that he holds on himself.
I can see it. I can see the weight on your aura. The burden you bear. Please, Kieran, help me understand.
In our time, we stood against all that got in our way. Up until the point that we decided we would be able to face the force of the king himself. At first we thought they'd be nothing more than pigs to the slaughter. However, what we thought was his forces was himself. As he stepped close upon our house, we knew retribution then and there. A single sloth, as he swiped across its land, many of us had died. And as he spoke, we had a choice. Stand and die, or face exile. So, I took what I could, and I fled to the other side of the world. I saw true carnage that day, and that is why I do not wish to return. I say we got what we deserved, because I meant it. Yes, the past is the past, but I cannot go home when the grass and the ground is still blood-soaked.
I see. In that case, it seems understandable. But in a way, it's still your home, isn't it?
I made peace with being here. I've created peace since I've been here. In my younger years, I'd thought I was just good looking. But when I realized what I truly was, what I was cursed with, it put into perspective that some things are just not real.
I see. But that doesn't mean you can make it real. I understand that that even if you made your peace and you are at peace here, you should at least have the option to do as you please. You don't have to feel like you're in exile, and if you choose to stay here, that's perfectly fine. But I want to make a home that's safe for you too, where you can feel safe to return. After all, we're family, and family has to stick together. Can't really do it. It's possible, but it's not. It's kind of hard when everyone's across the world, you know?
Garu wasn't.
Yes.
I'll put into consideration. Should you achieve your goal, I will see the world once more. But until thy curse is broken, this is my home. It is my choice.
That's good enough for me. And I promise you I will break that curse. So you can have that freedom to make home either here, in Dracovania, or wherever you want. He's gonna put out his hand.
You can see the tentative to the rest of the party as you watch as the old man, as he reaches across the table and he very lightly shakes hands with Garu. As he returns upright,
in the meantime, I open my home to all of you for the night, should you so desire it. Just one night, though.
Free lodging is always lovely, thank you.
He gets up and he starts walking towards the fireplace, and you can see with whatever is in his hand now as he grabs something from one of the countertops and placing it well within the fire, and you begin to hear the slight sizzle and crackle of almost as if something oil or fatty is being made inside of it.
Was there any way to see what he tossed?
From your perspective, some kind of meat.
Alright.
Are you gonna find a mystery meat?
Mystery meat.
We got that fucking dollar store meat.
Got that
Deep fried meat.
that one slight slab of somehow New York steak.
Look, I don't know what you dragons eat.
Oh, we'll eat just about anything.
That's what I was worried about.
Do you think it's eating someone?
Look, we already have somebody in the party who eats a bed, alright?
Somehow.
Somehow.
We still have not discussed that.
Will never be discussed ever again. Will not speak at the moment.
It'll be one of life's many mysteries.
I'm over here like, yeah, I can justify my eating habits with some biology. This just does no explanation.
Just Ed and Eddie, you fucking dead. Alright, so as the night does go on, is there anything that you guys like to do? Spend some time together?
Elena would like to do some idle exploration around the house and see if she just finds anything interesting. She's not going to like full on snoop, but she's going to do like that. You know, you're in a new house. I just want to wander and see what she got, kind of thing.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Investigation is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So, are you just checking inside the house or also around the house?
How big is it?
It's not a huge plot of land. From what you saw earlier, there's like a shack over across from this house, with its own 2 stories in of itself, but also just generally speaking, it's not big. It's not a big piece of land.
Yeah, she'll probably just wander around the in and out.
Okay.
Especially since she doesn't need to sleep anyway, so.
So, Helena, as you begin to travel and kind of get a look around the immediate area, take about 10-15 steps over towards the shacked area. You can see what looks like to be what is torn apart test dummies of, you know, war combat. Basically, these were hand built, made, beaten up, and then left alone. And there are multiple of these, and it seems like over the years some have just gotten wood rotted and just waterlogged from all the rain and moss, and just thrown and askew. There are large sword gashes within the wood structure, almost as if flailed around angrily, as well as from what you can see on the top end of this, there is the room from up top seemingly just has tools, equipment, what seemed like to be ways to clean and maintain weaponry. Out and around towards the back end of the building, it looks like to be what is a simplified herb garden, mainly stuff for cooking, a bow and arrow for hunting, some lances and poles that seemingly have just garnered rust over the years, and various land working tools, so pickaxes, hoes, and the like. It's not like hoarded. Everything seems to have its place, but it also seemingly just put there and then left at a certain point, almost as if getting ready to just call it quits for the rest of it. And a little bit towards the front, towards this center area, you can see that this has been a walked-on area, almost traversed time and time again. But seemingly not all the footsteps are not all Dragonborn. There are some human steps, there are just some woodland creatures steps, as well as some steps that have just kind of petrified in the mud, almost as if recent rain had left whatever creatures had come towards this area to whatever end it had met. Inside the house...
Wait, the footsteps were all around the house, or just in the forest?
Just in the center of between the house and the shack.
Okay. Okay.
And inside the house, much to how I already detailed it from before, upon closer inspection, there are plenty of notations and research, and also letters, private letters, that seemingly give detail, almost as if there had been former communication many years ago. I would say do you want to read them?
Yeah, she would.
Make a sleight of hand check if you don't want to be caught.
Nah. That is going to be sleight of hand. Where's my sleight of hand? That is going to be a 22.
Okay.
Sorry, 23.
23. Okay. That does make all the difference. Okay.
Good.
So, as you're kind of just walking around, looking around, you see some of these letters on the table, almost as if left askew. You grab about 6 to 7 of them, and you kind of pocket them away for a moment. As you take a step outside and you begin to read. The first letter is in contact with what seemingly is a woman known as Kalnet. 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 It is in communication to what was a form of travel, trying to figure out how to, seek some form of peace between what has been a group of pirates that have been causing a great deal of problems between Yimnan and Alanon and the Wallenstein area within those sea lands. And after what is basically a request to come by and try and seek some form of peace, the letter ends with communication and with what is a form of payment up front. The second letter is from a individual known as Barched Delphar. So Barched Dellfar. Barched Delphar. And this is another individual who has also sought some form of hey, can you come by and seek peace for this? This time it was between a couple of individuals here within Yimnan who were causing a great deal of trouble a little bit closer to Baccarat. And this individual was very keen on basically trying to just take over the entirety of the town. After a little bit of time, it comes to find that, also looking for somebody to talk, and was paid a very handsome fee for such a thing. The third letter is in communication with an individual known as Valvash Grimwalk. Valvash. Valvash Grimwalk. Valvash, as it comes into configuration as she tries to keep in communication with Kern here, there have been many letters before this, in which it is basically passionate notes of "I miss you, I love you, when can we see him again?" It is written upon line after line, and another letter as it comes by within the same person's pretense. There is a notation in which I will wait well within a Celsium, should you so desire. The letter was written somewhere close to about 6 years ago.
Hmm.
And after that, there was no other person within the group of letters that you had claimed to have Valvash in it. The last few letters are, once again, more information on people seeking Kern's ability to create peace, as far as anyone knows. And that's the end of all the letters that you've gotten.
Okay. She will neatly put them back where she all found them.
All right.
Before we move on to the next step,
wait,
I just want to yeah, go on.
No, can't. Alright, can I do my stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to. What do you want to do?
Well, remembering from the last session about the guy, can try her mind. Okay, so she goes in the bathroom and looks in the mirror.
Okay.
She just looks at herself in the mirror, wondering if what she's been doing is really her. No, actually, no, I shouldn't. No, I shouldn't narrate it. Okay. All right. Who am I? Am I really this person that just doesn't know what's going on most of the times? Am I this? Why am I? What am I? What am I? I just... Alright. Just curious. Can I roll insight for the mirror? I want to see something.
Sure, make an insight check.
Ooh, 18.
As you look into the mirror, you see yourself. The mirror itself is nothing special. The person in it is the mirror reflection of yourself. There is no veil to try and figure out discerning who you are or what you were at this very moment, but you've always felt there's something odd, like something misplaced. And now at this point, as you begin to try and understand what is going on, there's seemingly doesn't seem to be a discrepancy of your personality. You've always known this yourself to be you. Whatever is going on with your head, it seemingly only is your memories, not your being, your person, your existence. It's just that there's something missing. Some lie that you're living, but non-existent because it escapes your purview.
There's something in my head. I don't know what it is. She looks at her caster gun. Maybe I can find out. Alright. This is gonna be really weird. I'm gonna cast Identify on my head.
Alright. What are you identifying?
If there's any like spells, curses, anything specific, she knows that what the person said, that there is something controlling her head, but she wants to see if she can better understand it, if she can reverse engineer it to figure out who's causing it and to know exactly where she can find the person causing this.
So, to be more specific, and this is what the Identify spell does. You choose one object that you must touch through the casting of the spell. If the magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how it is used. Identify is more for things.
I mean, a brain is a thing.
A brain is a thing, but you are a person.
I think there is actually a different spell that you would be looking for that.
Let's see. I believe.
Do you happen to have what's it called? Identify magic or something?
I think detect magic can do what you're looking for.
Okay.
Let's see. Only have Identify. See, you have Identify. I just have Identifying right now.
So,
Going to the spell sheets.
okay, so if you have detect magic, which I'm not sure if you do, but if you do let me know. Or if somebody does.
Yeah, Canis does.
Wait, sorry. Document. Wait a second. If I can't identify it, maybe someone, maybe Helena can. All right.
This game hurts my brain every week.
Okay. All right. Doggy looks for Helena.
She got her name right, and she's not even there.
Yeah, she didn't get called Horatio or Banana.
No, it's serious. It's serious.
Yeah, Horatio. Okay. All right.
She looks around the mansion. She looks around the mansion for Helena.
As you look around the house, there is a Helena who has kind of just been walking and looking and kind of just taking a peek at whatever she can. At this point, as she's coming back inside and kind of just looking at a table and turning towards you, Helena is in front of you.
Helena, can I talk to you?
I suppose so.
Helena, I don't know. What happened how long has it been since that encounter? A day, a few hours?
The Rakshasa?
Yes.
It's been about, I think, well over a week at that point.
All right.
Let's see.
All right, thank you. I forgot this. Ever since the Rakshana event, Helena, I've been really wondering, like, what's really been in my head. I thought that I could really find out myself, but I don't really know the spell to do it. I was wondering, maybe you can help me out?
Well, I'm afraid I'm not terribly magically inclined. I have some spells, but that's mostly... She just kind of pokes at her bow. It's mostly just through these. It's not quite the same as what you do either. I think if you're looking for something like that, that'd actually be something for Canis to do.
Alright, I'll ask Canis.
Canis standing directly behind you.
It's like she turns
just like
around
this
and then
giant black armored individual.
she turns around and then she just slams into him. Ow.
Hello.
Hi, Canis. Helena said that you might have something to help me out. And I feel like I really want to find out what's in my mind. Unfortunately, I don't have anything that can identify it. Helena doesn't have anything to identify it. She said that you could possibly do it.
Well, if you just need to figure out if something is there, I could help. But for fixing it, that's an entirely different issue. I don't exactly know how to fix. Or may be able to fix.
I don't think any of us can fix it. I just want to find out.
Well, I can help with that. He'll cast Detect Magic.
Okay. So, the form of magic that is currently in front of you, of course you can sense all the weapons, the equipment, even the gun that Daki has, but the closer you look, and as you try and focus in on the person itself, she is magically imbued herself, yes, but as you begin to kind of look towards the aura of her head, the mind, the way that it is structured, it's almost as if there is something red and cloudy. It's like an enchantment being what is affecting the mind, but also it's not just that. There's something deeper. As you try and peer closer and closer, it is almost like this symbol deep within, like an eye that sits in the center with this weird hatched scrawling, as it almost envelops the entirety of the forehead and reaches and branches out to the back of the mind, almost as if this is more than just an enchantment, it's a curse. And whoever is messing with this kind of magic, blood magic, there's only one organization that deals in something like this. And you know somebody that runs it. And that's the Blood Hunters. And the Queen of Vale is their leader.
Did you find anything, Canis?
It's peculiar. Do you happen to know any blood hunters?
Blood hunters? I mean, before the Tiefling abandoned me, she was part of the blood hunters. Wait a second.
You may have heard something about her then.
Her? I need to find her. I'm gonna go out for a bit. Okay, so Doggy steps out of the mansion, steps out of the mansion. So, try and look. She's gonna go through town for some clues, and I guess you can go with someone else until back to her. I guess.
All right. Okay. So, as Daki leaves to kind of look out and kind of collect herself, anyone else?
Garu wants to like help around a fucking Karen a bit, doing some little chores and do some small talk. But in case they get, like, if anyone has anything else, I just want to go last time.
Okay. Anyone else interested in doing some RP tonight?
Nah, just flying around the house, making sure the perimeter is clean.
Make a perception check with Raven stats.
What are you even looking for?
So last
don't you want to RP?
time we were dealing with the whole lady over there. It's like the moment she went down the mountain, she was going to do something. So I'm curious if she's also keeping an eye on us.
Well, you have that and the Rakshasa to worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that douchebag as well.
How much was the perception for the Raven?
Perception for Raven?
Yeah.
I thought I got a 15, so I don't know how much it is.
Okay. 15. Hawk. Lion, Mastiff, Mule.
Raven stats.
Raven! You have a +3 perception.
So 18. So I fail.
No. Alright, so. As you're taking a general scoped in look around the entire area, getting an up high perspective of the entirety of what's going on, as the night begins to fall, you begin to notice that it's just a regular open field where people are tending to the last moments of their farms. In this small center, it's seemingly the trees have become its own form of barrier, as the way that it is structured is kind of just to keep everyone aware of it, but out of it. So that way those who do come by know exactly what they're looking for. When it comes to trying to find anything down below, what could be impending danger, you scour not just only the sky and looking down as much as you possibly can, even with your your roll, seemingly all seems to be safe and sound, almost as if nothing comes here to bother the man. It's just quiet, and probably for the first time, it does feel quiet.
Okie dokie.
Alright. Alright, Canis, you want to do anything?
Doesn't really have anything to do here.
Yeah. Fair enough. Alright, Garu.
So I take it like he's just helping Karen with some like little chores around the house and doing some small talk and like starting some small talk.
Karen doesn't speak. He's accommodating, but he doesn't speak very often. Very much simple yes, no's, thank yous. I have this.
He's just a grumbling grandpa.
Yeah. I mean, for his age, especially as Dragonborns, he's getting pretty much up there.
So then that's when I got the gun, and anyways, that's man. There's so many things I want to tell you. It feels really nice to really connect to a family member.
As it just feels like a young kid talking to an old man, just listening, not really saying much.
Although there is something I did want to ask earlier, Karen, but again, we were in company. What do you know of the Kali monks, by the way?
I don't know them at all.
Not at all?
Mm-mm.
That's kind of curious.
Just only a name.
That's strange. Well, that puts a little theory in my end. Because, ever since I knew you were here, I got to thinking. I told you about Sorry, I thought you explained the whole backstory.
He didn't. He just. There is no interest in speaking of your interests. as far as he's aware.
Old man.
Yeah.
So, if you didn't leave that egg at the Kali's steps, then I wonder who did. Have there been other Grimlocks in Yinmen?
I don't know.
Not at all?
Not that I'm aware.
Well, I guess that's something I'm going to have to ask them. So anyway, about your hobbies. And I think we're just going to end it there.
It's like 21 questions with someone that doesn't want to play.
Are you my dad?
This is like
Are you father?
Have you
like
ever
my
been married?
Ever been
This is like
married?
my nephew trying to talk to me.
Did you love someone?
Did
What's her name?
Did you ever get letters from her?
What does your curse do?
All right. So
Actually, as far as you guys can actually probably comprehend, and the reason why he's keeping on his spectacles, from the stories that you can comprehend, it would be within your mind to say that he has a way of charming an individual to cease an action.
All right, that's what it was.
He can,
Yeah, they all have different effects, I think.
yeah. The eyes of the curse of the eye, especially with the Grimwalks, vary in different ways.
Yeah, I just forgot which one was this.
Yeah, so he is
Hey, we know-
more. He can basically look at somebody in the eyes and tell them to stop doing something, and they will.
He's like, oh, I want to tell Garu to stop talking to me, but I can't. He has a lie. God damn it.
Damn it, my
Truly
one trick in the book
truly a
isn't working.
curse.
This is my weakness.
Truly a curse. A blind man.
He's my perfect counter.
all right. So can we go? So can we go back to my character?
Yeah.
Ducky?
So Ducky, as you're outside, kind of just looking around and trying to find your center. What is your
She
thought?
She goes to the tavern.
Okay. You head back to the same tavern that you guys had tried to get a better understanding of Kern. It was a little bit earlier before sunset, but right now it is deep in the night, as there are several different patrons and individuals who are just drunkenly finding themselves out, or those who are just entering to find a fun time.
Noted. Okay, she goes to the barkeep.
Ah, yes, I remember you. Interesting. So what
Yeah.
brings you back?
I have a question. Have you seen any tieflings come by here recently?
You get plenty of different kinds of patrons every now and again. A few of your kind, some tieflings, some half-orcs even, and also the occasional Kenku every now and again, but...
Okay,
any-
all right, I'm sorry. For Candace did draw the symbol, right? And Daiki picked it up, or he just talked about Bloodhunt's symbol, right?
Yeah, I just talked about Blood Hunters.
Okay.
So you're not... did Canis at all try and replicate the symbol that he saw?
No, he didn't.
Alright.
She kind of just walked out.
Yeah.
Oh well. All right. Okay.
Are you familiar with the Blood Hunters?
I would say in this nation, we get them so raringly. I mean, there are some threats that are even beyond our own guard, so...
But you have... Like, they had... One or two did come here. Have they?
Sure, that I've seen. or at least those that are willing to reveal such a impertinent amount of information.
Alright, it may not be the Tiefling I'm looking for, but they might be the same organization. Alright, do you happen to know the names of those blood hunters? Or where they might be residing? Any hints at all? Please.
Make a persuasion check, because you're asking for a very specific amount of information that...
Oh, come on, Lady Luck. Oh, wait. I have intimidation, though. That's like, I have an advantage on that, though.
But you're asking very nicely. That's the reason why.
Fuck! Okay, alright. If this fails, Doug's gonna have to go rough.
Let's see. Let me see the roll log.
You need to get some actual dice, because this program is not nice to you at
Oh
all.
my god!
It is time for you to no longer ask.
I ain't asking.
The one time I'm legit serious with this character. The one time.
Fucking mercy re-roll, please.
I'm gonna say for mercy, because I know for some strange reason D&D Beyond is not liking you like these past several weeks. Go ahead and re-roll. We'll see where that goes. It is being so unkind.
I am not using D&D Beyond. No.
I'm very curious. I'm going to roll something.
I'm going to use the Google Dice Roller. So what do I need to roll? A
That's
D20?
pretty good to me.
Oh.
So, yeah, it seems to be okay for Bracky.
Oh my god!
For context, chat, Bracky rolled a 30 on persuasion.
You rolled a 19 plus 11.
Alright, I'm using this D20.
Oh my god!
Oh, 18! 18!
Hey. There we go. Okay. Alright. Yeah, no, it just hates you.
Yeah,
I don't know why. That seems so unfair.
I don't know. I guess I ate it.
It's totally reminding me of Roll20 a couple weeks ago when I was playing.
People have a really weird perception of how RNG works.
Yeah, no,
it can feel like it's against you, but it's always just random.
I have no faith in digital rollers, so that gives you an idea. So
Baldur's Gate 3 knows it.
Yep.
So after
you can now use loaded dice.
After a bit of conversation, he kind of turns his head. I probably only know one. And it was a while ago, some 6-7 months.
Anything, but just what was the person's name?
I think it was. I know his last name, Holligan.
Holligan.
Holligan. First name, Harbo.
Harbo.
No, Herbo.
Herbo. Okay.
Hearbo.
Herbo. Okay. Okay.
Herbo.
Do you know?
Holligan.
Do you know if he's still in town? Where he went to?
Oh no.
Anything?
No, but he paid well. Well, after solving a very particular issue with the rice fields, him and his crew came by, celebrated for a couple of days, and then left without a word. It was very interesting, terrifying, but also good night, good for business.
Rice fields. Maybe that's my clue there. You aren't happy to know where the rice fields are?
It's just north of the tree line over there. The farmlands, but I'm relatively sure some of the farmers there have probably already taken to the night.
I have to come back in the morning though. Thanks for the help. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Elsie, do you have any bread?
No, unfortunately. Gotta make some in the morning.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry. Well then.
Alright, thanks for the info. I might as well head back.
Have a good night, lass.
Thank you, sir.
I just want to come back to Canis and Helena standing in the living room after Daki left. And Church is going, we were supposed to have a buddy system.
River just shrugged.
You hear the screeching of a raven outside.
Look, she ate an entire couch. I'm pretty sure if she gets in trouble, she's going to eat it.
Yeah, she's built different.
Yeah.
She is. Garu,
Almost cartoonishly.
Almost cartoonishly. Garu, at some point you and I need to talk. By the way.
Oh, certainly.
All right. Okay. Dougie goes to the door. Enter the door.
All right.
Okay, rice fields have to come in the morning.
Daki.
Hey, Elena. What's up?
You do remember that we're supposed to have a buddy system, right? Can't go wandering off like that on your own.
I guess. I just really want to find some clues, okay? I'm sorry.
Daki, we can all do that together.
I guess. I'm sorry.
Don't need to apologize, just keep it in mind. I'd hate to have a repeat of what happened last time.
What did I do last time?
Not you, me.
What did you do?
I was mind controlled, remember? Same can happen to you.
I mean, Helena, to be fair, there has to be a mind to begin with.
Helena lifts up a finger, lowers it.
Yeah,
I want that freaking meme picture.
Like, the burn was so bad that the old man felt it behind his neck.
I wonder if that theory can work, though. I wonder. But okay, serious time. All right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to bed now. I'll do more of that searching tomorrow. By the way, do you have bread?
I am actually curious. What are you expected to find here if you have never been on this side of the world to begin with?
No, I haven't, but the Bloodhunters are... I do remember bits and pieces from that tiefling. Like, I do know that the Bloodhunters are pretty...
The tiefling you say you didn't know existed?
No, it was somebody else she didn't know existed.
Oh, god damn it. I'm so confused.
No, it was a hobo. It was a hobo.
Okay, I thought the tiefling was a hobo.
No, it was a hobo.
I do remember that the tiefling was part... The tiefling I used to work with was part of the Bloodhunters, and they are pretty spread out, so... And I did go to the tavern a few minutes ago, and they did say that a few Bloodhunters did something to the rice fields and were celebrating, and then disappeared without a trace.
The hell is a blood hunter?
Make a history check.
Me?
Yep.
You know what? Just because I like to see everyone reacting to the role, I'm gonna be using D&D Beyond right now.
All right, let's
Here
see.
we go.
Yay.
Let's see you guys should roll.
It's going to be a 20 or a 2.
It's gonna go.
It's
14.
a 14. Okay. Not bad. Okay. So, as far as world history goes, especially when it comes to the nature of Earthseheimel, the Bloodhunters are a relatively...
I'm gonna be fair to this, Yara. Like, you can ignore the role if you want, because if my character is actively asking what the hell is a blood hunter, she doesn't know what a blood hunter is.
Well, I mean, this is as far as like, well, because you've dealt with them before, specifically with the
We
Queen.
have?
Yeah, the Queen. A Vale.
The blue tiefling chick we know.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Wait,
she was?
yeah,
Huh.
yeah, you've seen her actually fight before. So here's the thing. The history of Erzenheimel, as far and as long as it has existed, you are well and aware that the Order of the Blood Hunters are usually a single collective, and they originated from what was the first generation of tieflings that had sought to remove evil from the earth by using darker means. The first hunter was known as D&D or D6 before all this. The first was Azoth, which he was the first to create the order and thus started it in Hollingrad, the darkest continent on this planet. The order had a long-standing tradition in which basically using the dark means to remove dark forces is a lot easier, and that by subjecting themselves to it, it would assist them to fight back even stronger. In due time, Azoth had passed away, and he passed down the right of leadership to his grand not nephew,
granddad.
Niece, yes, to his grandniece, which is the current queen.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently I know this.
There is, it's open history as far as people know about anything within the family of Arya.
But I live in a farm.
Well, I mean, what? Do you people not tell stories ever?
About our own people, not everywhere.
You never travel.
Nobody.
No one else.
No.
Wait a second. You guys mentioned about a blue tiefling. Alright, this
yes.
makes talking out of character. Wait,
I will give you the best real life example. I don't know what the fuck George Washington did.
Alright.
I mean, that's fair, but given forms of history as you've come across it, traveling all throughout Erzenheimel, especially in the past year and so, or just traveling within the past few years, you've probably picked up on some forms of history as it is told, especially when it comes to the gods, like seeing as how they're very pertinent, and also pretty much want to make sure that their existence and their history is well known.
Look, I need to find this tiefling, the tiefling I used to work with. She's the key to finding out what's wrong with me. And the best way for me to find that tiefling is by looking for anyone within the Blood Hunters.
Camus, isn't your girlfriend one?
Candace has a girlfriend?
Your girlfriend. The queen.
She's not my... She is... Yes.
It's like he has like a stunned look on his face.
Wow, the exceptionally complicated nature of our families.
I could practically see all the emotions running across his face.
Facebook status, it's complicated.
I'm shocked that James even has a girlfriend.
It's the Facebook status. The only comment on it is her, and it reads, "The fuck it is."
Yeah, it's royal people stuff. Complicated.
So anyway, your friend, you're saying that she's part of the Blood Hunters?
The one in charge of it, yes.
So there are options out there. Do you know how far that place is?
It is back in the main continent, but we have an airship, so it's not exactly a problem.
Tell you what, we can take care of helping you with that. We have a lot of connections up there. Once we deal with Garu.
Okay. I'll also check out the rice fields lead as well. Maybe there's something else I need to find out.
Well, we can go there tomorrow, first thing.
Thanks, guys. I'm just gonna go sleep now.
Alright.
Are you going to go to sleep or eat something?
Sleep.
This time.
By the way, guys, I know we said it's not our business or anything, but has anyone else been thinking about what happened to, Crazy Lady?
Mildly, yes.
It's been a lingering thought.
At this point, though, it's not really our place.
It's a concern that she was planning something when she came down here.
Oh no, I'm sure she is, but at this point, we said that this was the king's dealings.
Yeah.
It's something that he needs to take care of, and by all means, we also told them if he needs help, he can call us. At this point, I don't think, unless she's particularly vengeful, but I don't really get that vibe at the moment. I don't think so.
We kind of narked on her.
Well, I mean, she was being very rude too, so...
Well, to be fair, if we didn't narc, then there probably would have been a thunder war or something in town.
Also keep in mind that we did almost kill her, so...
She's fine.
God, why did I stay in the other room?
I don't know, I called you. You ignored me. It's very
Because I was
annoying.
concerned about the queen being asleep by herself. What do you want from me? A bunch of murderers just walking in.
And at the end of the day, she is still a thunder giant. You never know.
Well, I know, but also...
I don't know, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Carry her out?
You'd never know. How much is a sandwich?
In a world of magic and the complicated natures of the arcane, definitely a possibility, but
Yeah?
there's
I would
you
normally-
gotta be someone special.
I would normally... well, apparently. I'm going to shut myself down there. But
Look, I think we're fine, at least as far as she's concerned for now. I have little doubt that she may or may not cause trouble somewhere. And perhaps later we'll have to deal with it, but for now, I don't really think it's that big of an issue.
I'm just going to write down this note. I told you so. Sign River.
You're far too paranoid for your own good, dear.
I'm going to fold this.
She tugs the little white bit of her hair. You're going gray. Stop it.
And I'm going to put this in your boot. Just for you.
ahead.
And just tap tap. And just remember that.
Okay.
20 episodes from now, you're going to put down your boot.
20 episodes from now, and when whatever happens, happens. Okay. So, as the night goes on, you guys, is there anything else before?
Nothing that we can do here, I guess.
Nah, there's not.
Yeah, at some point Helena's gonna actually kidnap Garu.
Oh, she's mind controlled.
It's mind control again.
Oh no! I'm being dragon napped!
So, you wish to go speak to Garu?
Yep.
Alright.
Garu, you and me, we're going for a walk real quick.
Oh, okay.
Right, we're gonna step away from that. Helena's gonna step away from the house.
Okay.
I will
Kinda
mute myself
go.
because dogs are barking.
Morphers.
The dogs are boyfriend.
Oh, speaking of.
The loaf.
I
Let
totally
me see the
forgot.
loaf.
There you go.
There he is. There's the loaf. The baby.
Doggy?
So, I may or may not have done a little bit of snooping in my free time.
A bit worrying, but expected. Go on.
You may have another relative.
Really? Where?
Somewhere in Elysium, that's all I could gather.
Excelsium.
Excelsium, my apologies.
Celsium, then. Well, he did mention he didn't know anyone else in Yinmen, but I guess it doesn't really apply elsewhere.
Yeah, technicalities. Sounds like either might have been a lover, married, possibly. It's hard to say. By the looks of things, they haven't been in contact for a long time.
It is strange. And I asked him about the Kali monks, but he doesn't know them at all, so I guess that rules out the possibility that he's my direct father.
No. If I were to wager a guess, I'd imagine that armor has to probably do with the battle that it came from, the story that he told earlier. That, or it seems that he is something of a peacekeeper, interestingly enough.
Well, I guess that comes with his own ability, or curse in this matter. Hey,
Yeah.
at least he's using it.
Indeed.
Alright, I'll be sure to ask him before we depart tomorrow, just to be sure. Thank you.
Of course. Yes.
Alright. So. Okay.
Yeah, really.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Somebody's trying to call me. I was not expecting that.
It was a Jailstore family.
What did we say about phones?
I'm
during the
sorry.
It's only been you we've had to tell this.
It's only been you. Now,
Everybody
granted,
else,
I just don't know why people need me like right now. I tell everyone.
everyone mutes their phones except you.
everybody. Now, granted, nobody called me, but still.
We're gonna get hit with the copyright claim, and I'm gonna be so upset. All right,
It's gonna
so
be all your fault.
it's gonna be all my fault.
All your fault.
So
All your fault.
as the night goes on, you all find yourself trying to cuddle to stay warm at this point. As the night
Ah,
gets
yes, spooning.
cold, it gets cold, and the
I'm
warmth of the
kicking Ducky
fire
off the bed.
in the home is keeping it well and regulated. For you, Garu, and also for Kern, it is a difficult standard, but you make it through the night.
We just like we get the fucking Sterling in his fucking sheet pile.
Yeah. Sterling is keeping very close to you.
Okay.
As the new day begins, all of you are met outside with a very light blanket of snow. As it seems to have taken the night. As you guys notice that it is coming down from the mountains, not violently, but almost as if a slight offering for what will be a new endeavor for the future.
Before we actually start to head out, when we're packing up and like getting ready to leave, Garu's just gonna go to Kieran first thing in the morning.
And like he's going to go to the rice fields.
Alright. And who's going with Daki?
No one.
Not it.
There is no buddy system.
The
Oh,
buddy
right,
system is dead.
I'm
The
stuck
buddy
on the-
system is flawed.
As soon as I see Ducky walking up, River just goes, not it.
Helena says, fine, I'll go.
Alright. Helena going with Daki. The rest of you staying behind. So, Garu, what are you doing?
So, Kieran, now just one more question before we start to head out. Well, I know you don't really know anyone in Yinmen, at least from our family, but what about elsewhere? I still would like to get into contact with them if possible.
I know of 3. I'm not sure if they're even alive at this point, due to how old this endeavor has gone on.
Still, family is family, and I at least want to make my greetings if possible. Could you tell me where?
I suppose. There is a place south of the sheer plains. A old bandit town. It is now being heralded.
Sorry, my dog's shaking his head.
It is now being heralded by one of our own. His name is Ostock.
Oh, he's his own leader? That's great. Do you know what town it's called?
It is known as Romaldo.
Romaldo. Okay.
The second
And the
one.
others?
The second one is Morel. She resides within the Underdark. There, she searches for gems and glory. It is to the north of Walmston.
Alright, good to know. The last one?
And lastly, Freya. So Feray.
Yeah.
Freya.
What the hell was that?
Sound like a
They shall hail.
An obnoxious motorist outside my window.
Oh.
Tell him to eat a dick.
Sounded like a ward, to be honest.
It sounds like a very angry dog.
And Freya, whether or not she exists, she should be well within Hollingrad. She runs an apothecary within Arneum.
In Arneum?
Yep, Arneum within Hollingrad.
Mookie? Got it. This is excellent. I'll be sure to... If I'm along the path, I'll be sure to give him my regards, and possibly an invitation. And speaking of invitations, once the curse is taken care of, you'll be the first to know. You have my word.
Very well. As all of you begin to turn and walk out of the house, the three of you, as you are met with the brisk cold air, Canis, Garu, and River, the very light snowfall here, you can still see the followed path of where both Helena and Daki have made their way to the northern end. As for you two, as you notice that there are farm hands as they are working within the fields, who are kind of unaffected by the cold, as seemingly is within their nature to do so. They are pulling out what seem to be the last few crops left over for the season, before the new harvest were to begin.
Hi there.
As you say hi there, you see with what looks like to be a very tanned and sun-licked individual, almost olive-skinned, and looks up to you with what is just this pulled back hair and very clean-shaven looking young man. Yes?
Hi. Last night I was talking to the tavern owner and he said that the Bloodhunters actually helped your rice fields. Do you mind telling me more about that?
Oh yeah, a few months ago, about half a year. Yeah, we were dealing with something real nasty that decided to come in and try and eat all of our harvest. And you know, we put out a call hoping that somebody might be able to come to us, and a group of about 4 or 6 individuals came by and said they look around, and then they found out that it was like this real dark haunting spirit that was affecting the land. And so it was bringing all sorts of creatures coming in from the that darker area in the forests. So they put an end to it, and then they also killed off some beasts for extra coinage.
Dark spirits in the forest.
Oh, they run around here every now and again, but you know, they just got to get removed.
I mean, did anything change when they attacked the spirits in the forest? Like, did it lessen or did it increase more?
Oh no, it lessened. Like they handled the situation all professional like, and then they just took the coin and left. Well, I think the mayor was actually really happy.
The mayor?
Oh yeah.
So it's either talk to the mayor or go into the forest.
Oh, there ain't not much there aside from a couple of dire wolves and probably something else that might be mean, but nah, I wouldn't want to go in there myself.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I can handle a few dire wolves. That's not an issue. I'm just thinking whether or not it's worth it. Maybe I should talk to the mayor first.
I don't know, it's up to you. Anyways, I gotta get back to good old cutting and picking. So, you have a good day, ma'ams. He's, then returns back to his work.
I'm wondering, if I recall, the Bloodhunters use dark magic to do good deeds. I wonder. He said his lesson. I wonder if they. Helena, is it possible for them to actually collect dark spirits?
I don't really know. Do I know anything about that?
Do you know?
You only well and know about, you know, the Blood Hunters as per their job and their classification and what they're capable of. You're not exactly sure what their goals or what they intend to do. It's just they come in, they clean up messes, and then they leave. That's pretty much it. If you want to know if they have any other intentions, you would have to meet them yourself.
Yeah. Frankly, I really don't know. I don't have that kind of information. That would need to be something that we talk about with the Queen of Vale if we ever see her.
Are we going there? Where are we going in terms of the airship? Like, are we going? Are we going to the place I requested, or some other location?
Well, we're helping Garu first. Besides, it's vacation. And Garu needed to take care of his situation with the monks. As for after that, well, I have a few things on the list, really, so I imagine we can certainly get to it. Queen is, after all, Canis's friend. They do keep in contact.
Maybe I should put this on the side for the moment. After all, I want Garu to be... I want to help Garu as well. So I'll just put this on hold for now.
Well, considering that Candace and her are friends, you could probably even request him to write a letter if you really want. Perhaps even a message.
I'm still shocked that Candace has a girlfriend.
Helena's just smiles impishly. I mean, he's handsome.
But he doesn't smile.
So what?
I don't know. I don't know. I like people who smile a lot. I mean, it makes me feel nervous being around people who don't smile a lot. Remind me of
look, I've tried to get him to smile for quite a while now. He never does, but at the end of the day, he's a good man.
It just reminded me of stuff I used to deal with in the past. There've been times in which when I enter a room, I'm happy about something, but I enter a room and everyone just stares at me with just like a look of I shouldn't belong there. Why am I there?
You are rather odd, Daki, to be fair.
I mean, yeah, but it felt different. It felt like they were staring at me, saying how I shouldn't be there.
Well, it just so happens that I know that feeling, and I think that might just have to do with elves in general.
I guess. Maybe I'm just worrying too much.
Look, if it makes you feel any better, I was much the same way with my home. They didn't really like me either.
I mean, yeah, I'm not the sharpest tool in the tool shed, but at the same time, I can't help but feel strong malice from time to time. That's why when I see people not smiling, I always try to make them smile, because truth is, it makes me nervous being around people who don't smile. It's just me. Let's just go back.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Canis is a good man. He's not going to do any harm. He's just grumpy.
He's older.
Still can't believe he has a girlfriend.
Just smiles impishly.
Alright. As the rest of the party begins to meet up, Garu, River, Canis, and Sterling, as they all arrive towards Daki and Helena. Crew all back together. What do you want to do?
Well, it's the next stop. I don't think we had anything specific left here.
Well, what's the next stop on the vacation plan, then? I do believe we still have a ways to the monastery. And we still have to find out where that actually is.
Do you have any more family members that we could talk to?
Not in Yemen, no. Might be willing to make a few stops back on the mainland, but not here.
As
we
far
can start making our way towards the monastery.
As far as you guys are aware, the monastery is actually not too far from here. It's on a mountainside, which this entire mountain as it goes along, it's just somewhere around the northwestern end of Yimnin. So if you follow the mountain, you probably get there soon.
Yeah, well, the problem is I don't really know exactly where it is because I don't really know my surroundings.
Yeah, you tend to get lost a lot. That's a good point.
Yeah, I even end up on the mainland by accident.
That's impossible.
As you say this, don't worry, Master Garu, as you hear the crumpling of papers and whatnot in a bag, as you see what is just this large wooden box that Sterling has been hiding in his own bag, as he begins to pull it out as it unfurls to this long mapped scroll of Yimnin.
It's just comically large.
Yeah, it's comically larger than him.
Wait, where did you keep that?
You don't need to know that.
That's a bag of holding.
It's a bag of holding. Anyways, looks like if we are here at Bopaport, he points down as he begins to follow along, there is seemingly a path with what could be possibly the monastery heading up towards the mountain in the northern end. We could always check there if you guys are up to it, as well as Garu.
Sir, it's a start.
I certainly don't see why not at this point.
Alright. As he begins to pull over the map and fold it back over, and then putting it in this small bag that seemingly doesn't have an end to it.
Hammer space.
Yep. Alright. So, you guys spending the next day and a half traveling on foot up north once more as you are trudging through the cold and slightly brisk air, especially since it's still coming down from the mountainside, this light snowfall. As you're walking through, you of course meet the occasional caravan and the very few individuals, as well as a large trooped group of individuals all making their way down south. From what you guys can gather, these are the individuals that maintain order around here, as these are what are the Yimnan troops. Their bright red colorants are pretty much a signal of their house. In passing by, you see many of the extra farmlands as it gets closer and closer towards the center and the mainland. After a day's worth of travel and a little bit more time and sunshine, as well as camping out for the night, you are met with what looks like to be a pathway heading up towards the western area of the mountain, as you do notice that there are people that are coming and going every now and again, but it does seem like it is lightly foot trafficked along the way.
Do the steps seem familiar, like feeling-wise? by any chance?
Make a history check. It's been a while.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I don't think this is the first time I actually rolled history in a while, I think. Let me try. Oh, it's -1. Okay. That's going to be a 10 overall, then.
10? It feels like the same dirt. It kind of has that same steppy feeling that you stepped on when you were making your way down. Far as, blind memory goes, possibly.
But what if these are just stairs?
Well, I can confirm that they are stairs, if that helps any.
Yeah, but what if we're the stairs we're looking for?
Well, I'll look up. Do we see a monastery at all?
It's not without a challenge, but you do notice that there is specifically a set of buildings that are a little more inset to the mountainside. It's far, a lot of steps, and a lot of stairs, but it's there.
Well, it looks important. It looks like we're going to be climbing a while.
Well, at least it'll be good exercise.
Helena gets out her broom.
River turns into a bird.
Well, hey, don't worry about it. These stairs probably won't kill us this time. Everyone looks over at Docky.
Well, she's not paralyzed, so that's a start.
It is something.
Yeah.
You're not part of the conversation. You flew away on your broom.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm floating next to you guys. I'm not climbing.
All right.
I can.
So, as you guys begin to ascend the steps, River flying and Helena just floating ever so elegantly, as Canis, as you are trudging 1 foot at a time, even with your strength, it is still stares with all your armor. Daki, you are not physically adequate. Garu is pumped and energized. He is it's like he's done this a million times before and a million times again. As you guys begin to ascend the stairs.
Come on, Canis, you can do it.
Cling, cling.
I'm
Rocky,
fine.
be sure to keep up.
I mean,
She just the second step.
And what's even more ironic is that it's just Sterling kind of just kind of standing on the shoulders of Garu, who is more than happy.
oh man,
to carry him out there.
I was hoping it was gonna be him dead last, just crawling up the stairs.
It's like 40 steps, like 40 steps down.
This sucks. I want to go home.
Taki, however, is heaving. It's like, yeah, kind of like that.
Walking
So,
sucks.
Meanwhile, Sterling's just standing on his head like, ha, peasants.
I mean, Canis, darling, you could take off the heavy armor.
No.
it
Fucking
stay
Sterling
the
on
socks stay on. So
Besides, that just makes his steps even stronger. It's weight resistance training.
good.
I guess technically.
So
I have a feeling his strength is going to go up by 1 by the end of these stairs. I could just feel it.
No. So, as you guys begin to ascend the steps, and as you are getting closer and closer towards the summit of the monastery, you're beginning to notice, as for the rest of you, not Garu, for obvious reasons, as you begin to ascend, you are noticing certain symbolic imagery that is closely associated with a particular god in mind. So, who wants to make the religion check?
Oh boy.
I'm not even gonna bother again.
No,
because I would
holy
not
boy.
know
I mean,
this.
I have +8 on religion, so why not?
Oh good, better than mine.
Okay. So, Daki, go ahead.
20! It's 20! Yeah,
Oh,
20!
hey! Okay, so dirty 20. So, there is a certain form of when it comes to Pantheon and their imagery, especially when it comes to something like this. You are noticing, as you are inspecting, not just only the words that are scrawled along, but also what seem to be statuettes of what look like a scale. And the symbol in and of itself would be almost a form of practice when it comes to the idea, but rather this is more closely associated with I'm trying to remember the god here. Sorry, I wrote down. I know which god. I've just forgotten. Please do excuse me. The god of law. Where'd it go? Uh-oh. I've lost track of my gods.
Uh-oh.
No, no.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, too many gods.
Nah, it happens. I'm relatively sure it's in my Google Doc. Okay, hold on.
just make up a name and like see what happens.
Trevor.
Jonathan.
No.
Scrimbo Bingus.
Big Diggus.
All right.
Farquad.
It is known as Tyr. Tyr. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Tyr.
Tyr.
Yeah. It
From the God of War game.
As far as the Pantheon is concerned, he doesn't really adjudicate to either party, either good or evil. He is a god of law, in which his hand is pretty much the final word. Whatever the law of the land is, it is. Should it be broken, you will face punishment. When it comes to the idea of practicing, creating balance, there is a sense of symbolism, as in the monks in of themselves are, by a certain standard, a law. But that's as far as you know about Tyr.
Huh.
So, as you guys proceed to ascend, seemingly you are noticing there are more and more areas that kind of become slightly open, and you are noticing individuals who are meditating, almost practicing stillness, just sitting on the edge, almost as if a simple breeze could push them off. And attempting not to bother them, they almost... It feels like you're being acknowledged, almost ascending these stairs. After about another hour or so, by getting towards the summit, you are met with what is like this giant stone gate etched and worked through, and in the center a symbol of the balances themselves, or the scales themselves. Here you notice there are several individuals dressed much like how Garu was when you had first met him, with the exception of Daki, of course.
Mm-hmm.
They are practicing, maneuvering. They are very much in a combative mode, almost as if they are trying to subdue and suppress each other as per their opponents. They don't seem moved to see a Garu here. It's almost as if his appearance was either expected, or whether or not people would acknowledge him just yet.
Well, nobody seems particularly surprised to see us.
Gotta admit, I'm getting kind of excited. I never really expected to be here so soon, but here I am. Like things are perfectly back to normal.
Did we all make it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
how is Docky doing?
Daki, taking large breaths, kind of doing the whole like hands behind the head, kind of getting a deep breath as much as she can.
Oh.
What about Canis?
Canis actually fell behind Daki.
Nice. Wait,
And-
is
Now
he
that one is
like?
hard to believe.
Is he like being jabbed by Daki? Like,
No,
is
he is.
We're not picking him up.
He is making the last few steps about a minute and a half later, as all of you are standing there, like, watching as the sunlight is bathing on the side of the monastery, and you're watching all the sparring matches as they go along. You guys hear, ka-chunk, 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 as a single hand hits the top step in this blackened adamantine armor, and you see the blazing blue eyes under the dark helmet of Canis.
Oh, there you are.
I hate walking.
Jesus.
I do have to say that. No, I do have to say the sweat looks rather good on you.
What?
Everyone
Don't
just
worry about
slow turn.
What?
The serene scene, they just hear loud clanking and haggard breathing walking up the stairs.
Oh, you're fine.
Oh, little miss, I had a broom to carry me up.
I don't have.
Yes. I mean, look, you had wings and you chose not to use them.
They
It's your
don't
own
last
fault,
that
really.
long.
I mean, it could have at least gotten you halfway up here. Maybe. Part of the way.
But
So
that's
really,
just cheating.
So really, that was your own fault. Oh, who cares about cheating? We're not monks.
I do. Just a little silence.
I do.
Yes, but we're not monks, so it doesn't really apply to us, I feel.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean you can't try.
We already went through that with the last steps. I don't see the problem here.
I mean, look, we went up the mountain before. You know, it's fine. I already proved that. We already proved that we're just fine.
Well, alright then.
You have a year about thinking this.
You need
What's the worst that can happen? They make us walk down and come back.
That'll be rude of them.
They're just gonna push Canis down, he's gonna ragdoll all the way down, like, cloink.
No. It's the Ace Ventura stairs. It's just clanging down like the slinky.
Yeah.
Oh no! Just clang, 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 clang.
Oh, Slink Canis.
Oh, you poor darling.
Mm-hmm.
You did good, though.
All right.
So I was about to say you see anyone you recognize, but that makes no sense. What do we like hit a gong? What's the deal here?
Well, what do we have to do?
There is the main building, as you are seeing what is this giant open stone courtyard as everyone is sparring. You do notice that there are,
We do see people. Okay.
for the people that can see, there are two grandmasters who are kind of just walking around and assuring that the lessons are continuing.
Well, yeah, but Garu, what? I was basically asking Garu, what do they do to like announce themselves arriving, or like what? Good morning.
Yeah,
Say, hey, what's up, fuckos?
As far as you are aware, your greetings are often first with the true Grandmaster, the headmaster, if you will. It is.
Well, we have to see the headmaster first.
Well then, lead the way, I suppose.
Certainly. And for the first time, he's actually going to be, like, taking point, because all these stones and, like the feeling of the ground and everything just seems like one-to-one perfect to him.
Yeah.
So he's going to go directly to the fucking headmaster's chambers.
Alright.
Oh, great, more walking.
Yeah, would you
Don't
like the
worry,
broom,
this is all
dear?
flat.
Canis, would you like to ride on the broom?
No.
I need
You're
art
lost.
of this. I need art of this, to be honest. So,
Is she just floating on the broom now to spite him?
yeah.
Despite of, yeah, why not? Yeah, she is. Really close to him too.
So,
Like she's in his bubble doing it.
So, as you guys walk through the courtyard, as you enter what is the main building, the first thing you see is more steps. as
Helena bobs next to Canis.
Just no words, just kind of sits his head down and just keeps walking.
As you see with what is this little foyer area as it ascends slightly a few steps, and then what are these two long steps up into what is the second story of this building. You see what are multiple and well, I would say, interesting looking individuals, all coming from different backgrounds and certain races as well. As you notice, there is the biggest one, as it is looking down upon all of you. As you step in and get closer, you feel as if not just only the presence of each one of these individuals, there are 5 in total. So, go ahead and start reading off names because Garu is going to need them.
Yeah, and to be honest, I kind of forgot like half the what little I wrote in my backstory. I already forgot.
Don't worry.
Be honest.
Don't worry.
It's been like 60 episodes. Please.
So, there are 5. There is the one that you are most aware of. That is Calisan.
Okay. Son.
Then there is... And then there is Grandmaster Roanoke.
Mm-hmm.
There is Grandmaster Shala.
Mm-hmm.
There is Grandmaster... Gamaldi.
Gamaldi.
And then there is the headmaster himself, Kali.
Okay. Garu, upon like getting into the chamber with the 5 Grandmasters, all he's gonna do is like get in a straight stance, do the fucking Kali greeting, do a traditional bow. Grandmasters, I return. My journey is complete.
As you speak, hold on. Make sure I have the right one. As you speak, with a bow and as you bow and speak, and the rest of your friends now standing back and watching. Calisan, as he steps forward. My student, it is good to see you have returned.
Most certainly. It's great to, well, hear you again, Grandmaster Kali-san. It's been quite a while.
In recognizing that you have returned to us, it is within the understanding that you have completed your Bokaido.
Indeed, my pilgrimage is complete.
And you see or hear another one of the Grandmasters. This is Shala, as she begins to speak up. Then tell us what you have learned, what you have sought, and what it is that has answered the plaguing question of your existence.
Well, when you put it like that, it seems to be a lot to put in words. Actually, I might have to ask a favor first, Grandmasters.
you see all of them begin to turn their heads and speak curiously.
It's nothing of major of concern, but as you can see, I traveled here with my friends, my companions. And they are, well, quite exhausted from the journey. And he just points to fucking Daki and Kane as specific.
You guys have
Sweating
bread?
bullets and...
He's just squatting with his hands on his knees, panting right now.
Yeah.
Bread. Please give me bread.
Why did you call
truth be told-
That's a terrible idea. Shut up.
And truth be told, I know of my answer, but I don't know how to specifically put it in words. So I had asked for a small favor, is to spend the rest of the day here. Show them around, give them food. You know, give them good shelter and company. And show them how I was raised.
As you see the another individual, this time a man, you see with what look like to be these long gazelle-like horns, as per the rest of you that can see, and this slightly white and orange visage. His skin very different from the classical tiefling. It is almost mesmerizing to look at. Young Master Garu, we have asked you to speak the truth that you have found. It is by tradition and by command of the Grand Masters that we hear what it is you found. Take your time if you need to. We will decide upon whether or not you will remain here afterwards.
Certainly. Give me time. Give me time to put my thoughts into words around dinner time, perhaps. That should be enough time to give my friends some rest and to think on my words.
As you hear another voice, you will not leave until you do. This time, Gamaldi, which is this rather stout-looking individual who is now speaking from what is classically known as a high chair, looking down, almost a bit more fiery than the rest.
How high is a high chair?
About 3 feet for him.
Is he a tiny man in a big chair?
Yeah, he's a tiny man in a big chair.
He's in a baby chair.
Why is there a toddler in a high chair?
Can I punch Daki's knees?
You feel the eyes of a very high-leveled monk.
Whose sassy child is this?
Yeah.
Do not worry. I am punching her in the knees, and I'm not holding back.
You're going to break her knees.
I do not care.
Bring her to her Nico.
Make an attack roll.
I thought he said there's no combat.
There's no combat, but if you wish to invoke, I'll say
Unarmed strike with a 26 hit.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
it
it's not damage, but you do get punched in the knee.
I am trying to do damage.
Don't do we're not doing damage. You get punched in the knee and you go, ow.
Ow! Really? I have the strength of a fucking giant, and he's just a ow.
Just for the sake of time and brevity, please be patient with me.
Sure.
Mainly because also I don't have a battle cam set up, so we'll get to that in a minute.
Why no, I'm just punching Daki in the knees.
River, stop
Why-
hitting your teammates.
Oh, that's weird combat.
Yeah. Anyway, as your friends begin to bicker behind you.
As you can see, they are quite quirky in their own right. So I much rather prefer for everyone to be in the best shape before I have to say what I have to say. But were we not, masters? I will not leave the premises until I speak what's on my mind. But I appreciate it.
As you try and begin to put more distance between you and the rest of the Grandmasters, the heads are now beginning to turn a little bit more less curious and more out of disrespect.
Jesus.
Wow.
Wow.
As the other four are beginning to kind of just try and silently bicker between each other, you see the rather large creature before you. This almost golden blonde, just large beard that's been braided all the way down, and the individual himself tall, imposing. The entirety of this creature shirtless and very muscular.
He's that fucking buff dude from Dr. Stone.
As he begins to stand, you see all the others begin to silence and right themselves. You see, as he begins to stare down and look at all of you, the eyes have completely glazed over. Much like how a well-aged elf would, this man, different. Canis, there is a feeling from him, especially to you. It's a familiar feeling. And it's the same feeling that you had with Hassan. It's just something about it. As he stares down towards all of you, and then he looks down to Garu.
You will not leave that very spot until you speak the truth you have found. If you attempt to, I will strike you down now.
Apologies, Headmaster Kali. I didn't mean any disrespect. But very well. And you see his his posture is going to change a bit to be a bit more upright and more like regal, like the Dracovanians were. Well, across my journey, I've overcome many challenges, many trials, and many things that tested my character, my morals, and my mercy. I was led astray a bit due to, well, I was led astray due to all the hardships that came, and I changed. I was not the same person I was when I left. What does that sound, by the way? Does anyone else hear
what, are you hearing scraping?
Yeah, scraping.
Yeah, you might hear that just outside my window.
Is that a fucking cat?
Meow.
Don't know what it is.
Meow, 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 meow.
It's pretty spooky. Anyways, I changed a lot during these trials and hardships. I wasn't the same person I was when I left. I fell into a very dark place, but in that darkness I saw the light. A purpose. One that goes beyond the monastery. Beyond the Bokaido itself. I found a family, and I'm not just talking about the ones that stand beside me. Like my own blood relatives. And I've decided... And these relatives have been broken and shattered across the whole world due to a curse of caused by a single man that led them astray. And I wish to correct that. I wish to use my skills, the lessons I have learned, to lead House Grimlock of Dracovania, to rebuild the house, and make a new future for ourselves. The reason I have been so hesitant to tell you is because, well, this path is not what you would expect of me.
I see. This leaves a great question, as all that find themselves here come to conclude. All
Indeed
those
it does.
things. All those things. They hang in the balance. So you must decide, which side will you be on? We are a force. We protect and defend the world from those who wish to threaten it. But yet you desire a different way, a different path.
Indeed. And to be perfectly fair, there have been some questions raised that I need to ask you personally, not just relating to me, but the true nature of the monks.
You begin to hear the chatter of the other four begin to rise again, far more shocked this time. As he waves his hand over and they begin to silence themselves.
And thus, as you can see, that's why I've been so hesitant to... Well, not really hesitant. More like I wanted to be more careful of my words. I already know my answer, but this might be my last time to ask the questions that have been plaguing my mind for quite some time now. And I think I already know the result of what might happen, so... Before I get those answers, before whatever happens, I at least want to reminisce one more time. To live one more day in the monastery and show my friends how I was raised. It's a simple wish, is it not?
You are aware of what we are behind the curtain of it all.
Yes. The hand.
As you say that, there are very light footsteps that you can hear, Garu, nobody else, and the feeling of several different auras beginning to surround the immediate room.
For a blind
Maybe
man,
it's
you are
best.
quite the fool, still unable to see the reality of things.
And that's why I have my questions. I want wisdom. Answers, even.
The answer has always been the truth. Consider the Khalid a fifth member of the Yimnan family line. Except we are not bound by blood, but by oath. We do what must be done to not only protect this country, protect the world, to assure balance, to assure peace.
By any means necessary. Is that...
We do not question
And I understand...
the law.
And I understand that there are reasons, and they are quite justified. But what I want to know is, why did you hide this from me? Why would you hide this from all of us? For 24 years you taught me about peace and tranquility, but to hear this is quite the shock.
In the monastery, we treat peace as the first option. Order. Diplomacy. Violence was always within our teachings. How did you learn to break a bone? How did you learn to crush spine? How did you learn to stop those who wish to breathe? It's in your nature. You were raised in it, bred by it. But peace was always the first option. The secret of the hand is that in of itself a secret. And to those who would dare to even speak out must be eliminated.
Well, I can certainly say this. I have no intention of saying your secrets. I know exactly why the hand has been formed, and I won't question it, but... Still. The secret will be safe with me, but it's something that I just can't be.
I must apologize to you, Garu. But I do not believe your words.
As you begin to notice, as the rest of you begin to actually notice, you're violently surrounded, if not also outnumbered, by what are several darkly cladded Kali monks surrounding each and every one of you. You also begin to notice that there are ones even beginning to hang from the ceiling of this very holy place.
Ninjas.
Ninjas.
Ninjas everywhere.
Doing sick flips.
I feel like this isn't a very standard welcome, is it?
Most certainly isn't. Well then, Grandmaster. Is there anything I can do to prove my word? Set you at ease, and by extension, set our colleagues at ease. As he just waves to everyone.
As you see, as he begins to stand up and walk out towards all of you here upon the top of this banister, you see as he steps up over barefoot, and he basically goes up and over as almost like gliding down, as if gravity has no hold over him. As soon as he touches the ground, almost as if the earth separates itself from him, you see as it's a crashing boom, as rocks and stone begin to fly out everywhere in every which direction. And visibly, you can all see, almost as if the energy, his ki, is leaking out of his eyes as he breathes, almost as if there's actual physicality to the energy he exerts.
You will be excommunicated if you survive.
Yes. A trial. I was expecting this.
Trial by combat. Trial by combat.
Trial by combat.
Seems to be the case wherever we go.
Oh,
As
boy.
such, I will allow 2 of your very own members to assist you in your
please don't do
survival. Choose wisely. Because even they will have the potentiality to die.
I understand. Must this combat be now, or perhaps later?
You get a feeling that there is no answer to that question. You just know. It's happening now.
The shit happened. What
Key
are
to
you
war
gonna
is
say?
the ultimate surprise.
Okay,
Surprise.
okay. What the fuck? What the fuck happened? We came here to say hi, and now what happened?
What happened?
I mean, he was expecting a trial by combat, but he wasn't expecting it this fucking suddenly.
Every time we
thought we
walk
were
into a monastery, we end up getting into a trial by combat.
To
I thought we were gonna have a humble, like,
It's
I thought we were
almost
gonna
as
have a humble
if
time to fucking at least explore a bit, but
Man, monasteries suck.
that much. Religion is bad.
it's almost as if the nature of monasteries is to learn how to fight.
Not all the time.
They're not
That's
just
true.
savages looking for. a
Anyway,
fight.
guys.
Okay then. So we gotta fucking pick now, or...
Yeah.
You gotta pick 2.
As you guys are watching a Garu kind of go from person to person.
Can it not be all of us
Doggy volunteers.
for the sake of not having 3 players waiting on the fucking sideline?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Doggy starts raising a hand.
Yeah?
Alright.
Helena will step back.
You have something to say?
Pick queen name.
Pick me, pick me, pick me.
Well, I'm kind of with Bracky where, like, nobody should be really left out just in case, so...
Oh no. I am allowing, for the sake of your trial, only 2 people to join you. Because the other two will be doing something also.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, okay.
Bracky, knock it off.
Well...
Doggy still raising her hand.
Just the one kid in class who's hyperventilating, raising his hand.
It's either River or Canis at this point.
Yeah, I was about to say River and Canis. River? Canis?
Oh.
Yeah.
I'd be honored to.
Am I allowed to use my weapons, or is this a fisticuff thing?
Oh, you're allowed to use your weapons.
Okay.
Very well then. Helena, Taki,
Yes.
you best watch yourself just in case.
I don't plan on letting anybody hit me.
Oh.
Alright then, I've chosen.
Okay.
Alright. As such, is you bring forth River and Canis towards the center. You see the headmaster as he turns towards the four up top. He commands Shala, and he also commands Kalasan to join him as the two grandmasters, one of them begrudgingly having to come down, as he begins to crack every single joint, as you can hear one large pop, pop, and almost as if stretching for the first time in many years, you see the essence of both the Grandmasters and the Headmaster, almost as if they all collectively create a force that you all can feel. Helena and Daki, as you are left to stand there, you guys are noticing there is something at play with these individuals. Helena, make a perception check.
Okay. That is 23.
There are things in hand, almost as if to either assist or to cause more problems should your allies get close to them. It will be both your and Daki's very careful skill, to the best of your abilities, to assist with preventing these individuals from interfering with the fight.
So nuke them?
You're trying to not make a scene, because if you do, you will all face judgment.
So nuking won't cause a scene?
Nuking will probably...
Probably will.
Nuking will probably very much cause a scene.
So, don't worry. I have a plan for everyone. And that's what we're going to do next week. Because that's where, unfortunately, we're going to have to end game tonight, because I have no combat setup until next week.
Fair
I
enough.
thought I was muted.
You're not right.
Boy.
Hey.
All right. So, that's where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's game. As all of you surrounded by ninjas and grandmasters in the art of fucking people shit up. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have an opinion that you would like to share? Anyways, that's where we're going to go ahead, end tonight's game. And, yeah. Big fight coming in next week, episode 7. Alright, so, we're going to go ahead, do some relatively quick announcements, and then we'll go ahead and call it a night. So, first and foremost, I recognize I've made various mistakes before I ended up leaving a couple weeks ago, to which I will try and have rectified this week. More specifically, I do need to upload a episode, but I do need to edit it because some audio got through that wasn't supposed to happen, but it did. And also, on top of that, some various other little tidbits, just because my work schedule got so wonky over the course of the past month and so on. Hopefully, I'll be back on course relatively soon. More announcements on videos coming out, when I can. But this week, hopefully Friday, there will be a Friday video. Also, there won't be any so I had planned I had tried to plan something for D6, which it would have been another cooler cute video. Unfortunately, there won't be one for a little while, mainly because of time. and hopefully when I get to it, I will definitely be able to get to it. But it's in the works. It's just I can't get it done. I can't get it done with everything being the way it is. Also, the next thing is that I have recorded pretty much a majority of the cast for How to Be an Adventurer. I can now begin the recording or the editing sessions for it. And yeah, that's just going to be the long haul. And if I get pretty stressed, that probably means an episode is near its completion.
Makes sense.
So, that being said, that's all I have for right now. So that's pretty much me. All right, Boo, how you now?
Hey there, I got one little announcement for this week, but I don't know when it's going to be exactly, but I am wrapping up fucking Sabbath after Chapter 0, and I'm going to be posting, like, I'm going to be announcing when that's coming, like, it's going to get posted this week for sure on Patreon, but I just don't know when, though. Like, but I'll make an announcement when it's going to be available, so...
Don't forget to let me talk to you about something about that, because I know I need to talk to you about it.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, expect that to drop later this week, and I don't really got anything else really going on. Boo Radley over 1-3 pretty much everywhere, like Twitter, Twitch, and maybe possibly set up an Instagram this week. I don't really know. Yeah. I'll get to it eventually.
All right. And that's for Boo?
Yeah.
All right. Bracky.
I am Bracky K. I am Bracky K. Brachyzoid. I play River the Halfling Fighter. You can find me at twitch.tv/Brachyzoid or on Twitter at Brachyzoid, where I do art and play Final Fantasy XIV.
All right. Caitlin.
Hi, I'm Caitlin C37. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Caitlin C37, where I do art. Commissions are open, so if you want any of that information, you can find me on my Twitter. And I'll eventually get back to doing it on Twitch, but for now, I'll just do the occasional game here and there, so you can find me there. Now, take it away.
Hey, you can find my Twitch at twitch.tv/Sir_Mallerbeck. I attempt to stream a variety, and have been getting back into that on Thursday nights.
Hey.
That's for me.
Okay, hey, this is Daitomodachi, Daitomodachi6 on Twitter.com. Not gonna do a lot this week, just gonna be anime Hamster Face Man. But this Friday's Kakyoin Wife Gone Sore episode is gonna be Isabel from Animal Crossing. I don't know, like, that was a personal request from the co-writer Hawk. He said he wanted to do an episode for the 1-year anniversary of Animal Crossing, and said sure. So, Animal Crossing episode, Isabel from Animal Crossing.
Hey.
But yeah, that's about it for me.
All right. Huh? God, we got through that a lot faster than usual.
Yeah.
It's been a long few weeks, everyone. All right, so nothing else pressing?
In his fucking living room for 3 weeks.
What?
The ultimate awkward silence.
Oh.
Yeah.
Of Ultimate Destiny.
Yeah. Anyways, so nothing else pressing?
Nope.
I think we're good.
All right.
Yeah, we good.
Okay. So, that being said, we'll go ahead and head on off. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out. As always, I love you guys so very much. And as always, I hope to see you all next Sunday. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Laters.
Laters.